Hey everyone, doing a unboxing video, second one, and we're back at this tank. And so you're gonna say, well, didn't you already put some new fish in this? And I did. And I had a situation where I'd gotten some Girardinus Falcatus from Glen, and they're a real nice fish from Cuba. They've got a kind of a olive body base color, and then they have these blue, almost lamp eye, glowing eyes. They're great looking fish. Well, for whatever reason, the golden top minnows, which I had in this tank, Fundulus chrysotis, as soon as they saw those little eyes dashing through this tank, they turned on predatory mode, and they just annihilated them. I mean, they were. I thought they would be too big for them to eat, but they didn't even. It was almost like they just attacked the eye, like kind of like could not resist, thinking that was an insect swimming through the water or whatnot. So I didn't catch it in time, but they basically cleaned me out. So they are not in this tank any longer, and they didn't get demoted. They just got put into a container pond, and you can see my first video on that. They've been doing great out there. I had 3 Fundulus species in these tanks right here, this one and 2 others, and all 3 species are out in the tub. So Fundulus chrysotis, Olivaceus, and Escambie are all outside. So we'll see what we get come fall out of those guys, see if they can lay some eggs. But I've got this empty tank. I've got a bunch of Crip Walkeri lutea down at the bottom that I've kind of been dividing and moving around, growing up in the eco-complete between those pieces of lava, and then a couple Crip spiralis in the back there, and then just a mass of guppy grass in the middle, a little bit of the Salvinia in this tank as well, which is doing real well. I moved a lot of it out to the pond to kind of get them going, so you can kind of see it there. I've got a little bit of brown leaves I got to get out, but it looks really good. So I'm going to put, Glen was gracious enough to send me another round of Falcatus. I felt terrible having killed off his fish, so he was very gracious. I also ordered some Endlers, some El Silverados from him, and he's got some beautiful ones. And then we get to the second part of this story that is very sad. This is how my box arrived to me today. So, absolutely destroyed. And they had the post, whether the Canadian Post or the USPS. Now, I tend to think that the Canadian Post is probably much better than our postal service in the U.S. So this one they had punctured, and poor Endlers are all gone. Crispy critters. It takes about 5 days, 4.5 days to get from Ontario to California. So these guys had been punched probably as soon as they crossed the border, maybe at the border, and then 2 days of no water. So the box is damp. Of course, the postal deliverer is just an absolute jerk about it, and it is what it is. Look what it says, fragile. So clearly they cannot read. Maybe they think that says fragile. They can't read it. So anyways, all that to say, I lost one of my fish. I'll have to get some more from Glen, reorder from him. It's not his fault. That's the postal service. You pay $30 for shipping. You think that they would take care of it, but as you know, postal service, they don't care. But Glen was nice enough also to give me some bonus fish. So I've got my fish over here, about to do some drip action on them so I can pull them in here. But these are Linias. This is the Sulfurophilia. So they're from the Dominican Republic and from a lake there that, even though their species name is sulfur lover, they don't necessarily need sulfur in the water. They'll do just fine, and they'll get a purple shine. They're awesome fish. And Glenn, that was very kind of you. So I'm excited to get these going in here as well. And there's also one last little fish in there. You can't quite see it, but it's another species of Girardinus. It's a Microdactylus. So I've got some feelers out with some of my fish contact people, and I'm going to see if I can't find some friends for her. But at this point, I've just got one lonely girl of Girardinus. But I'm going to see about putting all of them in here. And I may put her with the swamp guppies. I'm not sure. Keep her. I don't know if she'll cross with the Falcatus or not. So, anyways, I'm going to get them installed, get them on a drip, get going, and then I'll give a little update.